And welcome here to another edition of Recruit Spotlight on Husker Online. Sean Callahan with Steve Sipple. As always, Recruit Spotlight is brought to you by Tanner Sports Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, 30th and Yankee Hill Road. They've been bringing us these exclusive recruiting content interviews for the last few months. And here we are, late June. Got a few more Recruit Spotlights on deck. Let's start first. Let's welcome into Recruit Spotlight Steve Sipple, Michael Turner, wide receiver out of New Orleans, John Curtis High School in town this week. Just got an LSU offer going to the Alabama camp this weekend. Michael, welcome to Nebraska and welcome to Recruit Spotlight.
Appreciate you. Glad to be on here.
All right. Thank you, Michael.
Well, yeah, what's the week been like for you? I mean, you're a New Orleans kid. You're coming to Nebraska this week. You get the LSU offer. You're going to go camp at Alabama. I mean, this is a pretty pivotal week. How pivotal is this week, I guess, for you when you start to look at it, what this week means in your recruiting process?
It's really crazy, like, seeing myself blow up like this. Like, after getting the LSU offer, just everybody just starting to, I guess that I'm going to commit to LSU, but it's not like that. But I just keep on working.
So it's not like that?
Nah.
Okay.
I'm still just trying to find a place right now.
And what I've read, Michael, is that you're really in no hurry to make a decision?
Nope, not at all.
You take it into the season?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, what did LSU see? Was it your camp performance?
The first time I went to the camp, it was like I went with my trainer, but it was a lot of people there. So I did everything besides run the 40. I didn't run the 40 because I figured I didn't need to run it because I ran a 10-5 and 100.
Yeah.
So the very next day he called me. He was like, Brian Kelly said that he needed to see me run the 40 instead of a track time. And I was like, okay. So I went the next time, Saturday. And it was like they really love how I really showed up. Anybody else could have like just said they don't want to come and they don't really want it, could have stayed home. Mm-hmm. So they just liked that I showed up. I ran a 4.29. I ran routes inside with a QB for like 10 minutes, and I would go talk to Brian Kelly and got the offer.
There you go.
What's your vertical? Did you test vertical?
No, sir.
Broad jump?
Broad jump. I did 10 foot.
10 foot.
Okay. So why are you so patient? A lot of guys want to get it done before their season. You'll take it into your season. Why are you so patient?
Really, like, because say I get one good offer, like say if I would have got LSU way before, another better school could have came out of nowhere and offered me, and every time that something happened like that, mm-hmm. I settled down and try to look at one, but as soon as I settled down, another good one come in. So it's really hard.
You're at Nebraska right now. First of all, what brought you to Nebraska? What's your relationship been like with Nebraska over this recruiting process?
Coach Omar been on me since the first time he offered me. And the receiver coach came all the way down to watch me practice while 3 other coaches was at my practice watching me. So it was really hard on me, and they wanted me to come. I've been supposed to come, though.
Okay, so I've read, too, that Nebraska maybe is recruiting you the hardest.
Nebraska, Georgia Tech, and Nebraska and Georgia Tech.
Nebraska and Georgia Tech. And when I've read you say they're recruiting you the hardest, what does that mean? I mean,
like on me, like all day, like just text me out of nowhere, just all day on me. Want me to call them?
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Okay.
What's next? I mean, after you camp at Alabama this weekend, you're saying you're no decision timeline for you at this point. You're going to kind of take things deeper into the regular season.
After I come from Alabama camp, that's when it's like I just talk with my parents and just settle down and find a place for me to go.
How hard is that when you think about the month of June right now? You're just seeing kids fly off the boards everywhere and committing. And this week, the final week of the recruiting period before the dead period, is a very intense week. How hard is it to kind of, not commit somewhere, knowing, you around the country the pressure that these schools put on guys?
It's hard because you got to look at it like, you say I wanted to go to a school with like 3 commits at receiver. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't want to go there because they would have 3 people already committed, and they have another school that I really don't really like, but they have 1 commit. So it's like I got to pick between a school with 3 commits or 1.
You can play. I watched your film. You can play safety too, right?
Yes, sir.
But are you deadlocked on playing receiver?
Wide receiver. Yes,
Why
sir.
is that? Why do you like receiver better?
I just the receivers that I love that play NFL, I just like the way receivers play. Like, yeah, I just want to score touchdowns and catch balls on people.
The receivers you love, who are we talking about?
Odell, Jameson Williams, Devontae Smith.
Okay.
Just like, keep on going.
Those are good names.
We're talking with John Curtis, wide receiver, Michael Turner on Recruit Spotlight. Recruit Spotlight brought to you by Tanner Sports Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, 30th and Yankee Hill Road in Lincoln. You got to meet Nebraska's head coach this week, Matt Rule.
Mm-hmm.
Got to spend some, I think, personal time with him when you first got into town here. What were your impressions of the new head coach in Nebraska?
He seemed cool. Like he's really funny. Like when I was talking to him, he just was trying to make jokes, and it was real funny. Like it's the way he talk. It's just funny.
Talks fast.
Yeah, talk fast, and like he got something stuck in his throat. He can't talk.
Now, how many we'll call them northern schools. How many northern schools are you considering? You're pretty far north now. Mainly Nebraska?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, that's really Nebraska, yeah.
So what would it take for Nebraska to pull Michael Turner up this way?
I can't really answer because they're doing everything they can right now.
Are they?
Yes, sir.
What jumped out about your visit here?
At first, when I ain't gonna lie, when I first got out here,
yeah,
I thought I was gonna see a bunch of cornfields and stuff. But like, as soon as I'm riding and I get closer and closer, I'm like, this is really not that bad. Like,
right.
It's not a lot of different than Louisiana, really. I mean,
also a little different, Louisiana.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
come on now, Sean.
Just the way people like football and the culture around
Yeah.
football here.
New Orleans is too much killing.
Yeah,
I don't think they got killing out here. Like,
No, I didn't mean it like that.
No.
Yeah.
you can't go outside and throw your trash away in New Orleans without dying.
Yeah,
Do you live in the
Nah, not that bad.
Right.
Nah, I don't live in a bad.
River Ridge.
I live
right?
in Hornville.
Oh, you live in Hornville.
Hornville.
God, somebody else from Hornville, Sean.
There's a running back.
No, Horn Lake. That was Brandon
Jackson,
but that's Mississippi. Yeah, Hornville. So where is that from New Orleans?
It's like 25 minutes, 25
Okay,
minutes.
so you're 25 minutes outside the city.
Yep.
Okay.
So when you were growing, did Katrina affect your family?
I was born during Katrina.
Boy, that's young.
Yeah, it's showing our age. So
Right.
Did you live in New Orleans during Katrina or
Yes,
leave
sir.
and come back?
Never. I just stayed there.
Did you have a lot of family displaced back then? No, it wasn't. You were able to get around all that stuff.
But you could envision yourself moving away from home.
No. Well, you talking about for college?
For college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like at first, when I first was like in the recruitment, I was like, nah, I don't want to go nowhere far.
Right.
Now that I visit other places, it's not really that bad.
Okay. That makes sense.
Well, Michael, we appreciate you coming up, taking some time here on Recruit Spotlight. Hope you've had a great trip, and I know you've got another camp at Alabama this weekend, and best of luck as you kind of move your way here through this month of June.
Thank you.
Good job,
Appreciate it.
Michael.
All right. Thanks again to Michael Turner for joining us here on Recruit Spotlight. Once again, Recruit Spotlight is brought to you by Tanner's Sports Bar and Grill, Tavern 180 in Lincoln. For Steve Sipple, I'm Sean Callahan.